beautiful.
Omonana, Larry, Job money mekoko no. That kind of family they use as a topic of prayer and say God will bless Larry and the family may also bless me.
They used to go there to stand picture even when they were in their house, in their car park garage. Before they now moved on to Tipa garage. They started when they were very small.
The children of that man, Mr. Sadoh, were very, very, very respectful.
Larry really puts eye for what they do. He dey focus.
But Larry, yes, the man is built.
Yes and amen. Yes and amen. Oh, he said it, he has done it. He's breaking addictions.
Hello family, my name is Larry Sule Sadoh and I'm the CEO of Diamond Concept Photography, and I want to say a big thank you to Tellmystoryinitiative for putting this up, and I'm really excited and I'm happy to be, somebody to tell my story. It's not an easy task to put that together, and I'm really excited. Thank you for having me, CEO Tellmystoryinitiative. I mean the person of Wisdom Sule Sadoh and his crew and every other member team of Tellmystoryinitiative. I see they've been telling a lot of beautiful stories about lives of others who have been striving, and they've been helping a lot of persons, a lot of people. I want to say thank you for having me on set this day. Thank you. Okay, you ask about my biography. I'm from a family of 8 children. I'm the first among them, and by the grace of God, I started from a very humble background. Yeah, 5 boys, 3 girls. You know what that means? Yeah, so started very small, where you just have your younger ones all around you, looking up to you to see what you are going to do, and like you're taking the lead and everyone is following. So not really much a Christian background, and personally I was just someone who loved God, and I choose photography. That's it.
What are fathers and mothers?
Okay, Diamond Concept actually started from the car park. That place was actually a car park in the house we stayed. We came to that, we packed from our previous house at Silico Road and we came to Ego. Ego was, we were not feeling it. We were really unhappy, me and my brothers, because it will not be 7 o'clock yet. We just be hearing frog everywhere. Man, what kind of place is this? We're not happy with the system that we're seeing around. But then I was going to school. I was in my junior secondary school at that time, and I was just thinking, after I got the idea about photography and all of that, I was just loving it, trying to explore. Though my first camera was Yashica, so my dad got me Yashica. Then, though I was using a toy camera before my dad got me Yashica, he got me Yashica. The Yashica wasn't so nice. I wasn't happy with the production. We had to go there, return it. Before I got that camera, I had to cry and tell my dad that I want this camera. He literally had to buy it for me. It was not convenient for him, but he had to buy it for me. I don't know how he feels that it was that little camera he bought for me that time that has been doing a whole lot in our lives today. When I took the camera, we changed it to, there's a camera called Zenith. Any old professional photographer, if he hears about Zenith camera, he would laugh. He would just laugh out loud. That was what I was using. I was still at the car park. One of my uncle came and said, "What do you want to name this your business place?" I said, "Uncle, I want to name it Samsi Photo." He said, "Momo." That was the word he used. Want to name it something that they cut his head name this your brand a good name. And I said, I think I like Diamond. He said, now you are talking. Diamond Photos. He literally used his hand to paint it in front of the car park. We tried to renovate the place and turn it into a studio. That was where we started from. And I think I was just this kind of guy who does not like being static in one place. I needed to move. You see, man, what I'm doing here, I think I can be better. You know, I moved. I met some of my. I was not in school yet. I was not in Uniben. I was shooting in Uniben, assisting somebody. One guy shooting with his zoom lens and all of that. And I came across this place close to not so far from my house, like 10 minutes walk, called Buka X. That place, people come there to drink palm wine, have great time with their families and all of that. So I just said, okay, I think I like the environment. I know you will see a palm tree, but me, I was just seeing a place where I can do business, where I can take pictures, nice images. So I went to talk to the owner. The owner said I should come back, and I spoke with my mom about it, and she said no, she will not allow me to do that because she has heard that place is a place where courtiers used to stay. And I said, Mom, this is what I want, just let me do what I want to do. Is it they will initiate you? I said, no, they won't initiate me. I'm just going there to do business. Indeed, that place was a rough place, but I think by the grace of God I was able to live with everybody around there. From Bucharest, we were there, people were coming from Koshodi, Ugbowo, everywhere. People would just come in. By that time, if I go to print pictures, before I get back, you see crowd waiting for me that they want to collect their pictures. Christmas period. In fact, I was drawing business for other people to also, those people selling ice cream, they will come around because all my clients will come, they want to take pictures and all of that. I was even calling for hands and so on and so forth. Then my brothers were in school, they were in Otefe, what was the name of the school again? Delta State Polytechnic. My brother Desmond and Wisdom, they were in school. Okay, when they were done from school, they had to join me, they were assisting me. Whenever they are on break, they come around, we playing together. And then my brother was also around, Collins was also around, Merritt was also around, also assisting because they saw that the business was also helpful. Then from them, it became a business family business, let me put it that way, where my brother now joined Wisdom and Desmond, where we started, pushing it up together. They brought a lot of uniqueness into the business. They brought different styles, different things that I never thought about. It makes it a big brand. And today, most of the household in Benin, in Edo State, knows about Diamond Concept. From there, we moved from the Bucharest. Bucharest was a very sweet place. It was a place where people come drink, they take pictures before they leave. It now became a place where people just want to come take pictures after a while. I had a lot of people that were like a family. Ogale, blessed memory, Mama Ogale, who was always there for us. She cooked food, everybody would eat, We had people like Ufoma, we have a lot of persons, George. They were there, right, at Sadoh's moment, We had tough times, good times, and all of that. Everything was moving so smooth. Then it got to a point I had to go to school. I said, man, I need to move. That moment I had to move. I started getting admission to University of Benin. After a while, I said I needed to move again, and we got a space. There's a story behind my other space I had at Tellmystoryinitiative, but it would be too long for me to share. But we had a branch at Tellmystoryinitiative Junction. Then after a while, we discovered that we can also expand. We got a space at Otefe at my brother's school, though we could not start that place because the other branches we were having was too busy for us to leave. So at that moment in time, we had to forfeit. We already paid rent and all of that. We had to forfeit those places. Then we now later had that branch at Ring Road, which was now like our third office. Then for some reasons, they had to sell our other branch at Ego, at Bucharest. So we're now managing Testami Road and the Ring Road together. Ring Road became an explosion. People began to come from different, locations because that place was like a center. From Saple Road, Akbava, Opa, Aduwawa, everybody will just come into that, branch to do business with us, and it has been really amazing. Before God has been a blessing and enlarging us, we had another branch on Airport Road. Who knows? Now come to your city, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, to come. Okay, I started photography like for a very long time. Let's say like in my secondary school age. I was still in my secondary school, my junior secondary school stroke secondary school when I started photography. How did I start? There was this man who inspired me. His name was Mr. Easy at that time. He used to use his bicycle to, go from house to house, take pictures. He would go and print them. I just like what he was doing. Like, it was so artistic. Like, you tell you're taking pictures of people and you print it out and they have to see. It looks really amazing to me. And I said, wow, I like what this man is doing. I think I need to try what he's doing. I just fell in love with he took me along 1 or 2 times during the Christmas season when you have people waiting for photographers to come shoot them. We go there, we eat plenty rice, a lot of meat, you know what I'm saying. But that was not, the food wasn't it, but I just love the art of making people happy. I could take pictures of people, give them a memorable moment of them as some times back, and it was really amazing. This was one of the things that really inspired me. And when I was in school, I take pictures of my classmates, I go and print them and they see it and they are happy, It just gives me joy that I can take pictures of people and show them the picture and they're happy. So these were some of the things that inspired me. Yeah. My biggest challenge. Okay, I had a lot of challenges while starting photography, in terms of finance, in terms of communication with clients. I have challenges with a whole lot of things, a whole lot of like business of photography. There were a lot of challenges. I can give you an instance where a client came and told me, "You are following me right now to go and take a picture," and I followed her immediately. The moment I got there, I discovered that the pictures I was to shoot was properties that were destroyed. The moment I tried to take picture, another person came ahead me and said, "So you are the one they went to call?" Started fighting me. A whole lot of things happened back then. Not just that, at times they can just come and say, "I want you to do a shoot for me," and I don't know the appropriate price to give. I didn't really know the value for the art that I was really giving out. These were some of the challenges I was having as a young photographer at that time. And right now, there's still challenges, especially the environment where we are doing our business. At times, you suffer power, there's been a lot of challenges. And also, as a young photographer, I had a moment whereby my hard drive got crashed. You know what that means when you have your hard drive crashed, especially short weddings and a memory, a moment you cannot bring back, and you have them all gone. And how do you explain it? Those moments were really, really challenging for me. I wish I could just disappear. Yeah.
Oh, how beautiful.
We have seen a lot of them. Especially when I started, because I was trying to build a brand and I had lots of customers. You see troublesome type, you see the ones that are ready to do business with you. You see some that, they are not just, you have to come down to be able to satisfy both rich, middle class, like they used to say, not the poor, but the average persons. So I learned that even while I was growing up. Some I had to learn the hard way in terms of how I relate with them. Okay, let me give an instance of maybe a client come and they start shouting. We might both be saying the same thing, but me I'm shouting as well. the client is also shouting, we won't be able to know how to be able to resolve such issues. So it taught me a whole lot on how to listen to customers, how to talk to them. Like by the time you listen to a customer, the customer you understand what the customer is complaining about, then you know how to help them solve it. I had to, go read out books, lectures on customer relationship. All of these things were what I really had to learn, because it's not part if you even go to school, they don't teach you most of these things. You have to know them yourself, how you could relate with both the rich, the poor, every kinds of persons. Yeah. Okay, somebody asked me this sometimes ago, like, what's the best wedding that you've ever shot? And I said the next wedding I'm going to shoot should be the best. How do I mean is that I don't settle for less. I don't rejoice on my past glory. If I do a job for you and I'm amazed, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. I have to appreciate it before you get it, because if I do not appreciate it, there are times I do some certain things I'm like, I don't really feel this job, and the client is shouting, wow, this is beautiful. I just want to be better than yesterday. I just want to be better than what I've been doing yesterday. You get? So when you are, just happy with your last glory or what you've done yesterday, and you say, I feel it. We've done jobs that have trended online, like that of Jane and Jack. We did Yaba Left Carried and every other kind of blog. I didn't stop there and now start doing like Buga. I didn't do that. What I was doing was I wanted to be better than yesterday. I wanted to be better than where I'm coming from. At times I go back to my old photos. Some jobs I've done 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I still bringing more clients. Yeah, I want to view that kind of things everything, and God has been really helping me. Okay, in the industry, I look up to a lot of persons. Okay, the first I would ever say I look up to is God. This is the very first, because God gives inspiration to the person I think I am looking up. So God is my biggest inspiration, because I could look at what somebody else is doing and I could get inspired. The person might not just be my mentor, but whatever, I don't know if you call that a mentor. Maybe you see what the person is doing and you like it, you don't call that person. But I have a lot of persons that, people like Rare Magic, I have people like Amazing Clef, I have Encourage. This has been like a family, I see their work, I'm like, I'm recreating this, I love this. I would like to add this feel to my images and all of that. I love what they're doing. And I also have an image faculty, I've attended some of his classes, I'm just this guy that I want to be better. I don't want to, I know a lot of persons who started this race together. I know a lot of photographers, we started this stuff together, but today as the business is growing every day, the technology, a lot of persons have to stay back. Man, this one is hard. I remember the very first time I got my first digital camera, which was D70. A lot of photographers were like, how would you go out and buy that expensive camera? It's too expensive, 70,000, that's a lot of money. I used to buy land, a plot of land, but I know what I wanted. But today, before I even left that place, I had close to 4 to 5 of that camera. Just imagine an old woman come to our office and say, please, I want you to take me a picture. There's one that said is trending now. It's called Digidan. Yeah, she said she wanted Digidan picture, and she meant digital picture. So I just want to be better. I can learn from both somebody who has been in photography for 2 years, 1 year, provided it just keep me going. Somebody asked me and said, sir, how come do you keep on standing, you keep on, there are some photographers who, you just heard about their name, they just started trending, the next thing, they go down, and you just kept being, yeah, that's what I'm saying right now. It's the humility. You have to, there are some persons that I go to learn from, as I keep upgrading. Some of them, they've not been in photography for up to 5 years, but I've been there for more than 15 years. You understand? So because of that, some people, the ego, they were like, no, humble yourself, and you see things working out. Oh, my greatest strength. Yeah. There's so many things that usually happen at times that could be very, very, very challenging. But one of my greatest strengths is that there's so many people looking up to me. A lot of persons are looking up to me. Like, I believe that whenever anyone falls, you can be able to stand up again. There are a lot of challenging time I've gone through in this time of, especially like the lockdown, for instance. It was really depressing. But when I remember there are so many people just looking up to me, like, I want to see what he's going to do. How is he going to act? What will be the next move? What will he, I just keep on pushing. I never give up. I don't give up. Do you understand? So it's one of the things that really keep me going. Like, people are looking up to you. You shouldn't do this right now. You shouldn't stop. Don't stop right now. At the moment, I just like, man, I'm tired of this whole stuff. Somebody could just call me and say, my brother, you're doing so well. There are some people that can really be strength to me. Like, some clients could just be a big strength. They're like, I've never seen someone that can shoot like you. You've done the job for me like 10 years ago, and till now, I still cannot, phantom it. I still cannot explain, there's nobody that can take your space. It keeps me going. It gives me a lot of strength. Then my biggest strength of it all in this business of photography is God Himself. Because there was a time where I lost wedding fights, up to like 5 weddings. My brother, you that is looking at me, you know what that means? Those somebody's event that you cannot repeat again in life. I just disappeared with that person. But God gave me the strength to be able to hold on, meet these people, be able to face them. That look at what happened. A lot of it, they were mad at me. If not me, I go fight myself. But God gave me the strength. God of the biggest. Best moment shooting event. What has been my best moment? Wow. Funny enough, all the events I've shot, whether the one they did not give me food though, the one they gave me food though, it was my best moment. You know why? I was happy doing it. I was shooting. You know what it means that I have to be smiling for the clients to be smiling. Like I'm smiling right now. The man behind the camera is smiling too. You see, it's a beautiful. Every moment is beautiful for me. If you ask me, my best and favorite moment is the next one I'll be shooting, and I'll be doing that for you. Family commitment. It's not easy. It's not really easy at all. Especially, we are like doctors. Doctors, we can just call them 12 p.m. in the night. When they are not supposed to call, they'll be calling. It's not really funny. At times, if not that my wife knows me, my kind of person, she'll be wondering like, why is this woman calling you by this time, saying my picture? It's not been really easy, but we need to learn to strike the balance between work time, family time. I'm still learning. If my wife hearing me saying this part now, she's like, what's this one saying? I'm trying. Do you understand? I'm trying to. There should be work time, family time. Yes, that's what it ought to be. I'm working towards that. When you come home, you are home with your family. When you're at work, you should be at work, because most times you bring some work from the office and bring them home. It can be really crazy at times when clients will be calling, please, you've not sent my job. At times you transfer the same aggression to your family, and it's crazy. I've learned it was like a blind spot when I usually used to transfer this aggression, but I'm getting better at it. You know, and everyone out there who's watching is also a cinematographer, please don't mix the two together. No, go kill yourself. There was a day I didn't share the story that I was shot by some armed robbers. We closed very late. Why we closed very late was because of some customers that said, "Oh God, please now, please just take this last one. Oh, we just did our makeup. You want us to just go like that?" And we said, "Okay, let's attend to them." We attended to them, and it was late. About to leave, and robbers invaded our complex and shot at me. And by the grace of God, I landed at the hospital, and the clients were still calling, "Hello, I heard what happened. I'm so sorry. Oh, my brother, sorry." But when are we getting our pictures? That was when I knew that you have to draw the line. When it's the principle, your family time, your time, because if you die, they look for the next available person to attend to them.
When I listen to this, I think I would like to venture to photography.
Really?
What do you enjoy about photography?
A lot of people do different kinds of photography. Some do fashion, some do portraiture. Depends on the field that you love doing. I love weddings a lot. You know, telling that moment that you cannot just, you know, it happens once in a lifetime, and you need somebody to tell you all that happened on that special day. You know, creating love story, creating this beautiful moment. It makes me so happy. You need to see me when I'm doing my wedding photography. I'll just be smiling. In fact, you that is watching me, you yourself, you'll be laughing. I do it with the whole of my heart. I love wedding photography, and yeah, it's one of the things anything that has to do with art to do, I love it. I love creating something new, something different. But wedding, I love weddings a whole lot. Okay, you asked me my advice for every young person out there. My advice is for a lot of persons who, I usually say this, that you cannot demand for trust. You cannot beg for trust. You earn it. And the only way you can earn trust is by what you do for people and they trust you. Do you get that? Enjoy the process. Do not jump into dirty things. Trust God. Read books. Don't let people talk you off. Don't let the things you're seeing out there. It's not all that glitters are gold. I want you to stay calm. I want you to read books. I want you to trust God as well. I want you to believe that you can do things. There are so many things that you can do. I've read a lot of books that have inspired me, that have changed my life. There are books that taught me how to save. There are books that taught me how to communicate with people. I want to tell those that are giving up not to give up right now. I started from nothing, but with God, everything has been so beautiful. I want you to trust in yourself. Know that you can do it. Don't ever let people downgrade you. I've gone for events where people don't see me to be anything. You can also go through every process. You should not get to that extent that it gets to the point where your child will ask you, "Daddy, how did you go through this? How did you get here?" There's always a process for every man and every woman out there. God has a process for you. He'll take you through the process. I want you to stay strong. I want you to hold on God. Just know that if it's not good, it is not God. When you trust God and you believe in integrity, a good name is better. If you know that everything will be a bright day for you at the end of the day. Peace is priceless. I have so much peace. It's not the kind of money that you make and you cannot sleep at night. some of the money you see and you envy them, it's your own money. Just that the devil drag it to you right now. In the next few years, the person will be no more to enjoy this money you've made. God has his reasons why he takes us through a process. You see, I'm not happy with my life right now. God takes you through a process. There's no, as I am now, there's no amount of money you will give me that will make me start acting funny. Why? Because I've gone through process. Why you that is looking at me now, if you have been given 5 million naira, the first thing that will go to your mind is Benz, because you've not gone through process. Everyone needs to go through a process. There will be no story. There will be no story if you jump there. And you know what? Without a story, there will be no glory. Thank you.
Alright everyone, you've heard from the CEO himself, and I believe a lot has been learned. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, like our page on Facebook, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Sasa Moje is my name.